Guess what? It's National Spay and Neuter Month. Fun, right? All the details right now. We say hello to the President and CEO of the Ottawa Humane Society. It's Bruce Roney joining us one more time on the program. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Dylan.
We also have Dr. Shelley Hutchings with us as well, Chief Veterinarian, Ottawa Humane Society. Hi.
Hi there.
Would you like to introduce your friend?
Yes, so this is my dog actually, and her name is Bogey, and she is a spayed female golden retriever.
Can I say as well in the green room, this might be one of the best behaved dogs I've ever seen. So
She's
well
a very good dog.
behaved. Bruce, busy times at the Ottawa Humane Society?
You know what? It's always busy at the Ottawa Humane Society. We don't have quite as many animals this time of the year, but we've had a lot come in with serious injuries and affected by the cold. So that's been keeping Shelley and her staff pretty busy.
I can imagine. It's got to be a pretty big job to be the chief veterinarian. Can you give us some statistics? Why does this month, Spay and Neuter Month, why is it so important?
Yeah, so, I mean, the most obvious reason to all of us is population control. So if we were to take an adult female cat, she will breed up to 3 times a year and can have on average about 4 kittens per litter. So if we do some math, over 7 years, one female intact cat can reproduce with her offspring to create 420,000 kittens.
That's staggering. So that's why it's important.
So that's the main reason is population control.
Okay.
But,
now, not just population control, though. I mean, there's some major health benefits when an animal gets spayed or neutered.
Absolutely. So there's health benefits for sure associated with spay and neuter. For female cats and dogs, it eliminates the risk of them getting a life-threatening uterine infection called pyometra completely by having them spayed. Also, for female dogs and cats, it reduces the risk of mammary tumors, and these can be pretty serious. So 90% of those in cats can be cancerous, and about 50% in dogs will be cancerous. And in male dogs, we're looking at reducing prostate problems by neutering, and also testicular tumors are reduced.
Can I ask you, when we say the words spay and neuter now, is it just cats and dogs?
So at the Humane Society, we also spay and neuter rabbits.
Rabbits.
But yes, we're mostly talking right now about cats and dogs.
Okay. Rabbits. All right, that's interesting. Okay, now behavioral benefits. When you spay or neuter an animal, is it because they become a little more relaxed? What's the word here?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people are worried, and it's sort of a myth with spay or neuter, that the personality of their pet is going to change, and that's simply not the case. There is actually behavioral benefits to having your pet sterilized, so they're more likely to kind of stick around home and not have sort of a desire to roam and run around. In male dogs and cats, we reduce urine marking substantially by having them neutered. So there's certainly behavioral benefits too to having your pet sterilized.
Okay, and what is the process as well? Is it a short process?
Yeah, so the surgery itself, it differs between males and females. It does require anesthetic. Most pets recover very quickly from the procedure. They need to be kept quiet for about a week afterwards, but a lot of them are kind of feeling back to themselves within a day or two afterwards.
Okay, and vaccinations obviously a very important thing. So not just spaying and neutering, but vaccinations big at the Ottawa Humane Society?
Yes, so vaccinations can prevent a lot of life-threatening diseases for our pets. So it's very important to have your pet up to date on vaccines, and including rabies. It is a legal requirement in Ontario to have your pet vaccinated for rabies. So all cats, dogs, and ferrets over the age of 12 weeks are required to be vaccinated for rabies.
What about, did you say rabbits?
Not rabbits, no.
Rabbits. All right. What is the recovery time when it comes to spaying and neutering?
Yeah, so most cats and dogs are feeling kind of back to themselves within a day or two afterwards. The incision is usually fully healed within about 10 days, so it's a pretty fast recovery.
Okay, and is there any way to prepare for it when you know to make the job easier for the veterinarians and the staff on hand?
Yeah, the best thing to do is to check in with your clinic and get the instructions from them as to how they would like them prepared. Usually it does involve fasting overnight before the procedure, just to make sure they have an empty tummy. But otherwise, there's very little preparation required.
Okay, very important stuff. Look at that. She hasn't moved much, hasn't done a whole lot. Very well behaved. Can I ask you, Bruce, obviously the donations, always important at the Ottawa Humane Society.
Well, as you know, Dylan, the Ottawa Humane Society is supported almost entirely through donations, and it allows us to do things like spay and neuter all the pets before they leave the building. It also allows us to operate our mobile spay neuter, which we launched about 2.5 years ago, and that's an income-qualified, subsidized spay neuter that moves around the city. Really? And we've actually spayed and neutered many thousand cats since the program's inception. So again, back to population control. We think animals' welfare is going to be better if there isn't a surplus.
How does it work when it comes to the mobile clinic? I mean, do you come to a person's home or?
We come to a neighborhood,
neighborhood.
Often a community center or shopping center. People have booked ahead and they come, they leave their cat in the morning and come back in the evening and pick up their pet.
Okay. Doctor, can I ask you, so if I'm looking to get my animal spayed or neutered, how far in advance? I mean, how busy are you right now?
So for our mobile program, we're taking requests, and I think we're booking about a month in advance at this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, yeah, it's a very important thing to do. And that statistic, how many kittens again?
420,000 kittens from one female cat in 7 years, if left to reproduce.
So it needs to be taken care of.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Ottawa Humane Society. Good job. Good job. Great. More daytime coming up in moments on Rogers TV.